So you're thinking about starting an Etsy business, but you have no idea what to expect. Well, lucky for you, I ran a small Etsy shop for over 2 years, which helped me pay a good chunk of my debt. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that I learned throughout my Etsy journey. Hi, I'm Gabby, and I started this channel back when I was on maternity leave, and I wanted to create a space for moms like me to find different ways to pay off their debt and live a more financially healthy life. Lately, I've been posting a lot about mindset and energy, but I don't know, for some reason, something pulled me to post more about my Etsy experience. So here are 5 things that I learned as an Etsy shop owner. Number 1, people are more interested in your work than you think that they are. I used to be the type of person that used to get compliments about my artwork all the time, but for some reason, I always felt like people didn't actually mean it, that they were just being nice. But it wasn't until I opened my Etsy shop and started selling my art and getting 5-star reviews and getting returning customers that I actually started believing that my art actually means something to people. And to be honest, it was truly one of the best feelings to know that a complete stranger chose to spend their hard earned money on something that I made with my hands and my creativity. It was definitely the biggest confidence booster. So if you're anything like me and you think that people don't really care about your art, don't let that mindset stop you from opening your Etsy shop because you could actually be pleasantly surprised. Number 2, your family and friends are going to be your first customers, and that's okay. Don't be shy to announce to your family and friends that you're opening an Etsy shop because chances are they're going to be the first people to buy from your shop. And to be honest, your shop won't start growing until you get those numbers up. And by those numbers, I mean visits, clicks, sales, and reviews. I feel like a lot of people feel a sense of embarrassment to show off their artwork, and on top of that, to show people that you're trying to make money off of it. And I completely get that because I definitely felt that cringe feeling when I announced about me opening up my Etsy shop. But you have to get out of your comfort zone and you have to step out of that fear if you want to grow. And I don't mean that just on your Etsy business, but in life in general, right? So the second that I created my Etsy shop, I posted on Facebook and Instagram, and I actually made a reel on Instagram about it. And some of my friends reposted the reel that I made. And that's something that I definitely did not expect, but it definitely helped me. And on the first day that I opened my Etsy shop, I made my first sale, and it was one of my friends that bought it. So definitely don't be shy to announce to your friends and family on social media that you're opening an Etsy shop because they are going to be your first supporters and they are going to be the people that are going to help you grow your Etsy shop, because once you have those numbers in, then Etsy is going to start putting your listings up in the search list. Number 3, you need to put in a lot more work than just creating a product and posting it on Etsy. If you want to really grow on Etsy, you need to treat it as a business. And by that, I mean you need to make decisions based on analysis and data. And I made another video explaining how I use Everbeat to help me optimize my Etsy listings. And the link to that video is in the description of this video. So if you want to learn more about how to use Everbeat to help you make better database decisions, definitely watch that because it will definitely help your business grow. So I'm actually taking a break from selling on Etsy because of the amount of work that it takes. So I'm a new mom. I work full time at a very demanding job, and it just felt like a lot for me to be a present mom, be a good mom, be a good employee at a full-time job, and run a successful Etsy business. I tried, but I noticed that I wasn't really meeting shipping deadlines. That I had to increase the time frame for me to make the product, ship it, and all of that. So people were waiting like 2 weeks for my items to get to their house. And it didn't feel right to me. I felt like I wasn't giving my 100% as I should. And I was really not giving 100% on anything, because if you put too much on your plate, you really can't be the best at everything that you do. So you really do have to understand that it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time. Maybe if I had my Etsy shop when my daughter was a little bit older and a little bit more independent, I would have had more time to focus on Etsy. But because I started my Etsy shop before she was born, the Etsy owner that I was before she was born and the Etsy owner that I was after she was born was not the same person. And I just felt like I wasn't giving my all, and I didn't like that. Just keep that in mind, that it's going to take a lot of work, it's going to take a lot of time and energy. But it also, I think, has to do with the type of product that you're selling to. What I was selling was handmade items. If you're selling prints on demand and all of that stuff, that would be less time consuming. But also keep in mind that print on demand or digital products are definitely more competitive than handmade items on Etsy. So you might see a slower growth in those areas than you will see if you sold handmade items. Number 4, timing is everything. I think that a big part to why my Etsy shop grew so quickly was because of the type of items that I was selling and the timing that I opened my Etsy shop. So what I sold was holiday decorations. To be more specific, it was handmade holiday garlands. And I opened my Etsy shop at the end of October of 2022. So it was at the right time that people were still buying holiday decorations, but places like Target and Home Goods and Walmart, they were running out of holiday decorations. So people went to places like Etsy to find more holiday decorations. And that definitely helped me, because my first 3 months on Etsy, I was already making like hundreds of dollars in profit. So I don't think that's very much heard of. So it's very important to know what you're selling, know your niche, and especially if you're selling seasonal items, that you were going into the market at the right time. Number 5, be prepared for the ups and downs. Just like any business, your store is going to go through seasons that is going very well and seasons where it feels like you're struggling to get a view on your page. But make sure that you don't quit when things are slowing down. These ups and downs are actually very common in business, and if you think about it, in life in general. You're not happy and successful every second of every day. So why would your store see growth every second of every day? Don't feel like you're a failure if your store starts to slow down. It just means that it's going through a natural process of ups and downs. And you might not be seeing growth right now, but you might see growth next week or next month or tomorrow. But also, I want to add, if your goal is to be a full time Etsy seller and you're going to quit your W 2 job, keep in mind of those ups and downs, because at the end of the day, your bills are still going to come and they're going to have to be paid. And they don't care if your Etsy shop is doing well or not. So definitely plan ahead and make sure that you have enough money saved, because those ups and downs are going to happen. So that was it. Those were 5 things that I learned after running an Etsy business for over 2 years. I hope that you liked this video and found it helpful. And if you did, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I'm here for you, and I'm sending you all the positive energy to start your Etsy business or to start a side hustle in general. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.